Hello, Lorraine. Good to see you here. I'm still setting up. Uh, got some bad news to share with some of the normal listeners who's been with me for a long time. I'm sure you'll know who I'm talking about when I get to it, Lorraine. I'm sure you've been here long enough that you'll know. But I'm kind of waiting on when I get to it, Lorraine. Hang on a minute. I'm sure you've been here long enough that you'll know. I kind of waiting on Mike and Tim to get here. Hopefully, they'll get here before too long. Uh, a longtime collaborator with me is well, just passed away. I just found out yesterday. I guess he passed away on let's see, Thursday. I don't check my Facebook very often, and that's not what I want. But so, like I said, I just found out. It's a sad day, and out. It's a, so yeah, it's really is a sad day. I don't know if you're still there, Lorraine. So I will go over this as other people show up. Uh, like I said, it's something I hated hearing. So all right, the message is pinned up there. We're waiting on a few people. I don't know how many people is going to show up today. I know I expect Mr. Hunt, and we'll see. I got to turn my camera off for a moment. So I'm going to still be here. I'll still be talking. Hey, Mike, I just heard on Thursday that Edward Beck passed away. Now, I haven't talked to Eddie, but I talked with the woman that lived with Ed. She's the one, she used his account to email me, not to email me, but contact me through Facebook to let me know that he passed away. And I just heard back from her, asked her how Eddie was doing. She said he's doing okay. He was sick after the first, and then he just passed away, so they're kind of in shock. So, like I said, I just found out myself yesterday. I don't check my Facebook that much. This is the one that's on my computer, and so I checked it last night shortly before going to bed. And it's the first time I checked it since before she sent that message. And I sent her a message back last night, but like I said, it was late at night because I did it shortly before I went to bed. I got home from work today. I had to work till 5:30, so I got home. I had to eat a quick meal, and I came in here and set everything up. And I checked my Facebook to see if I heard back from her, which I did. If you'll give me a minute, I'll even bring it up and I'll read it, what it says. So just give me a second here. This is hi. Is this Larry from Larry's Pizza? I don't know what she means, Larry Pizza. This is Stephanie. I live with Ed. I just wanted to let you know Ed passed away yesterday on January 9th. Tell you more when you text me back. I have Ed's cell phone now. So then I asked, I'm sorry to hear that Edward passed away. How's Eddie doing? Eddie's handling pretty good for now. He got sick after New Year's. We are all so shocked. I can't believe he's gone. I miss him every day. So I just let them know I've been starting a live stream, and if they want to come up, they're more than welcome to come up and give us more information if they like, or they can just come in and listen. Yeah, my condolences to his son Eddie and Stephanie, who lived with him. So just wanted to make sure. Like I said, I know some of you know him, so I wanted to make sure I pass that on. So yeah, it's a sad day. Like I said, I just found out yesterday, and I knew I hadn't heard from him for a while, but he goes offline every so often. He was talking about going to the Philippines, so I didn't know if he'd went over or not, and so I didn't contact him. I probably should have, but yeah, it's definitely a sad day, and our condolences to Eddie, like I said, and Stephanie. So yeah, I'm working a new schedule now, so I don't get on the phone on my computer at home very early. And I'm getting ready to change my schedule again. I was working an 8 to 6 to 7 to 5, and then a 8 to 2 to 8:30, excuse me, to 2:30. Well, then they had somebody leave, and after I got my training done, I need to start a new schedule. I am now going to be working after Wednesday. I'll be working 2 to 9:30 in the evening, Monday through Friday. So I went from 25 hours to 35 hours. I'm making more money per hour than what I did at my last work site. I'm just working a few less hours. I don't mind that. It just means I have to watch my money a little bit more, but it's not super bad. If I stayed at 25 hours, that'd have been super bad. But 35 puts me close. And the job site's a lot closer than where I was working. Yeah, the job site I'm at now, well, you take today, we were getting snow. It took me longer to get into work today than what it normally will. It normally takes me about 15, 20 minutes, and that's 20 minutes is counting stopping at a gas station, grabbing a sandwich to take with me. And I'm at work in 20 minutes. Now, at the other job site, when I left the house to get to the work zone, no stops. It took me about 30, 35 minutes. Like I said, it's a lot closer. But today it took a lot longer because of the snow. The roads were slick. People were driving sensibly. Most people were driving sensibly. Every once in a while, I saw somebody speeding a little more than they probably should have. And I was driving slower. So it took me probably close to a half an hour to get there. So like I said, it wasn't real bad, but it was bad enough that I had to slow down and drive slower than normal. And the nice thing about where I work at now, I work at 2 different buildings right now, though. But after Wednesday, I'll be at one building. But both buildings have a parking garage. Now, the upper deck of the parking garage is closed because they don't plow it because they don't have that many employees. But there's plenty of room. I park on the lower deck of the parking garage, so I don't have to, like today, it continued snowing while I was at work for a while, so I didn't have to worry about going out and cleaning my car off. And so I just went out, got in the car, started driving home. On the way home, I put in an order for Chinese food, General Tao's chicken. Picked that up, just finished eating that, came in here, started setting up, and like I said, checked the Facebook to see what she had to say. And so I just read that to you, what she said. So yeah, yeah, it's a sad day. Yeah, but and the good ones keep going. I mean, we lost Leonard, now we lost Ed, and yeah, Mike, I agree with you. It's a condolences to everyone, especially everyone that was really close to Ed. Ed and I were different on the political side of the spectrum, as you and I are. Ed was more on your side of the political spectrum, but Ed and I got along. We treated each other with respect. We understood that politics doesn't make you a bad fella. Yeah, he was good at debating. He knew a lot of good stuff. Uh, Very knowledgeable on a lot of different subjects. Uh, so yeah, I agree with you. He was a much better debater than I am. Uh, so, our he was much better at it than I was, or I am. I mean, I'm still not that good at it. Uh, but oh man, I said 6. I put 7 o'clock. I gotta give me a minute. I'm gonna go do something here real quick. Uh, I just yeah, uh, I think I frustrated him once in a while because I refused to move on some of my issues, and but like I said, he was good at what he did at debating. He was knowledgeable, but you know, it's a shame. Really, it really is a shame. If I'm too loud, let me know. I haven't checked the volume on this yet, uh, but I was looking forward. Chelsea, how you doing? How you doing, Chelsea? Welcome. Thank you for coming. Uh, Appreciate that. Who you reading from? But yeah, it's like I said, it really what was. Thanks, Mike. I really didn't know. Like I said, I didn't check it. Uh, like I said, by the time I got everything getting ready to start, it was a time to start the vlog. Uh, so yeah, we're had to get right into it. And so wish Lorraine was still there, but I don't think she's there. I think she went somewhere else. Uh, like I said, I expect Mike Hunt to be coming here pretty soon. I'm not sure if Mike knew Edward or not. I was hoping Dan would show up. So if you see Dan, let Dan know. I'll let him know if I see him. And I'm talking about in a vlog. I'm not going to say it as a response to one of his videos, but if I see him in a live stream, I'll let him know. Yeah, he did that for quite a while. Hey, Lorraine, uh, did you get that message I sent you? Lorraine, did you get that, what I sent you? Whoops, wrong thing. Okay, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad to help out. I can't do it every time, Lorraine. I'll let you know that right now. But that is a special occasion. So I really wanted to wish you well and get you started. Hello, Melinda. How you doing today? And Lorraine, did you know Edward Beck or Melinda? Did any of you guys know Edward Beck? Uh, if you did, Mr. Beck passed away on Thursday. I just found out yesterday. So that's what Mike and I have been talking about. Mike and I, known Edward Beck through the live chats and stuff for quite some time. Ed used to come up quite a bit on my live stream and be one of my guest hosts. Edward Beck and I met through Chris and Cebu, like I met Mike and Chris from Cebu, and Dan and Minnie. I met them from Chris and Cebu. So I've known Ed for quite a while through YouTube. I mean, I don't know him personally where we spent time together, but he always seemed like a nice guy, intelligent. He liked to debate, and with his debate, sometimes he'd frustrate me. I'm not sure. He's younger than I am. His Eddie Jr. is only about 16 or 17. So I'd say he's probably in his 50s. I'm thinking he was in his 50s. He wasn't old enough to get Social Security until he had to go on disability. And so he had to go on disability. So that's hey, Chelsea, all you got to do, here, I'll show you. Now, don't join this one, Chelsea. I'm just showing you how to do it. All you got to do is type in 3 L's. Anytime you want to do it, and my Nightbot will drop your link. So, see right there. Now, this is my Ninja Night, so don't bother joining this one. Yeah, he's had health issues for quite a while. Remember, he had to have his eyes surgery done, and after the surgery went well, he was thinking about going to the Philippines to meet this girl he met online. And so I thought that's why maybe he hadn't been in the live stream. Maybe he actually decided to go because he was talking about maybe not going. And when he hadn't been in for a while, I made an assumption, and you know what that means, and which was wrong. And so I just thought he went to the Philippines like he was planning on originally, and we'd hear from him when he got back, or maybe while he was over there, he'd pop in and say, "Hey, surprise! Guess where I am?" And yeah, he had. Remember, he had trouble with his legs. He couldn't walk for a while because he was having so much trouble with his legs, as well as, like I said, with his eyes. He was having trouble with his eyes. Yeah, I know, Mike. They say, you know what they say when you assume. Just spell a word and break it into 3 different things, and you know what they say. It makes a blank out of you and me. And that's what I did. So that was my fault. I probably should have tried to reach out and see how he was doing. But hindsight's 2020. So I'm really sad to hear it. I know Eddie and Stephanie will be busy with making arrangements. And hey, Dan, I got some bad news. Okay, you heard. All right. All right, Dan. Yeah, I was wanting to make sure you knew. I told Mike. I'll let Tim know if he shows up. like I said, there's a group of us that known each other for a while through YouTube. And Edward happened to be one of the guys I've known almost around the same length of time I've known you and Mike, longer than I've known Tim. And as you know, Ed used to come up on both our channels, but especially on mine quite a bit, because you quit having guest hosts up. And I know it can be frustrating at times too. And but Ed and I always got along. I always liked Ed. Gonna miss him like Leonard. Miss both of them. And so, yeah, I just found out. And so we're just gonna try to get, I don't know what we can do, but there, like I said, I just found out this week that I was only going to be at 25 hours, but I was able to get up to 35. So some things changed there. So that saves me a whole bunch of cash because, let me put it to you this way, that extra 10 hours in a month pays my rent. I lost my rent by working 25. Now I got my rent back. But I'm still missing some money, but at least the rent's going to be taken. Will be there. So, yeah, that's how much 10 hours is over the month, not 1 week. It takes the whole month. Will pay my rent because you got to take taxes out, and so it makes a big difference. I'm still missing about 5 hours worth of pay compared to what I was making, but I make more per hour, but not that much more. It's only like a quarter an hour more, so it's not that much more. I like the job. I'm inside all the time. Like I was telling Mike earlier, I have a parking garage that I can park in. Now, during the winter, you can't park on the upper deck, but that's fine. I won't do that anyway. I prefer the lower deck, so that way when I go in, if I miss the weather, unless they start storming, I don't have to worry about the rain, the snow, or any of it. If I'm on the lower deck, I just walk in, get in my car, and I can drive away and not worry about having to clean my car off or being out in the elements itself. I'll be in the cold or the heat, but that's not that hard. So yeah, it's I do like the new job so far. Like today, I went in and worked. Normally on a Saturday, if I work, it's 6 hours. Today was 8.5. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Yeah, 8.5 hours, but I only get paid for 8 because if you work over 6, you have to take a lunch break. So, no, actually, it was 9 hours, so I'll get paid for 8.5. That's what it was today. And but next week I'm scheduled for next Saturday. It'll only be 6, so it'll be a lot easier. I'll go in at 8:30, get off at 2:30, so I won't be as rushed to get home to do my live stream like I was today because I worked at 5:30. And so, like I said, it was 9 hours. I get paid for 8.5. But the contract is with a outfit that has a contract with the state, the Department of Health, actually. And so because it's a contract that they have contracts with the state requires them to pay so much money per hour and requires if a person works over 6 hours, they have to take a half-hour lunch break. That's state requirement. So my company has to agree to adhere to that, which they do. And so, my 35 hours is actually what I get paid, not what I'm working. You add an extra 2.5 hours to that. So it's 37.5 that I'm there, but I only get paid for 35. There's another position if it ever opens up, same contract, just a different position. Is 4 days a week, 37.5 hours you get paid. So you work 40, but you're there for 40, but you get paid for 37.5. The half hour you can leave the building, you can go wherever you want. as long as you're back on the post within a half hour. I just go sit in the break room, eat my lunch or my dinner, depending on what shift I'm working, and then go back to my work post within the half hour. I myself personally would prefer just to sit at my desk from work and get paid, but that's not what the state wants us to do. So I follow the state rules. Everybody so far seems really friendly, from the my fellow co-workers, plus the people that I answer to. They've all been very friendly and very helpful. As most of you know, if not all of you know, I happen to be a security guard. I'm a contract security guard. I don't work for the company itself. I work for another company who contracts this out, which is fine. Like I said, I get my bills paid. I get to save some money by doing it. Like I said, I'll be saving a little less right now because of loss of 5 hours, but that's right. Minnie Bello, how you doing? I did not know your middle name was Bello. Eileen, how you doing, Eileen? Thank you for coming. Now, it's a Larice raid. All right. Thank you for raiding. We appreciate it. Lorraine's here, or she was. Dance, how you doing, Dance? John D, how you doing? Smash, how you been, Smash? You haven't been here in a while. And you're here from, whoops, hang on. Okay, so these are some of your ninjas. All right. I got Marianne here. We got to give her a monitorship. Zippy. Zindy, Zippy. All right. Now, Mike, where I was at before this, I got paid for my lunch breaks. Matter of fact, I just worked through them, because most places, when you're security, you get paid for your lunch, because if something happens, you have to leave with your lunch and go work, do it. But the state says no, you take a break. If something happens, somebody else will take, because it's not just you. There's at Building 11, which I was at today, most of the time there are 4 guards and a boss on day shift, and four guards on the set shift I'll be on, no boss. And there's only 3 posts. So you got a guy standing in each post and then a rover. And during the lunch breaks, there's no rounds. You just go take your lunch break. If something happens, one of the guys at post will take care of it. Usually outside the main post, usually the guy that's closest. The main post guy has to stay at the main post. Now, today I was at the main post. Hello, Emily. Emmeline, how you doing, Emmeline? Pamela, Charmaine too. Crystal, Jeanne, welcome. But today, because it's a Saturday, the people that were working remotely. But I have to monitor chats, because if there's some kind of trouble, I have to help with it. I won't get into which kind of trouble I got to help with, but I have to monitor it. So today I didn't have to do anything but sit there and watch the cameras and the card swipes, which was me and one other guy. Hey, Rona, and then watch out for a chat. See if somebody needed me in the chat, but nobody needed me in the chat. So it was a kind of a boring day, but an easy day. And that, from my understanding, that's the way it is most Saturdays. I might have to help with a couple chats at most, usually. But that's the way it is. So they pay me for it. like I said, I only work about 35 hours, so I ended up, I didn't work that much this week. I'm not going to. I will work 41 hours this week, so I'll get 1 hour of overtime. When I say I work, when I say the hours, I'm saying what I get paid for. So it's paid hours is 41 with 1 hour of that being overtime. Now, next week, Martin Luther King Day, which is the 20th, which happens to be the presidential inauguration. But for me, the bigger event is my mom's 99th birthday is the 20th. And but we're shut down. It's a holiday, so we won't be working that day. So by working Saturday for my normal work week, I'll lose an hour and a half pay. That's it. I could take a vacation day and not work Saturday, but I'd just as soon lose the hour and a half pay and save the vacation day for sometime when I need it. Like on Tuesday next week, the 21st, I have a doctor's appointment, but it's in the morning. I don't have to be at work till 2, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll be at work on time. So Rona likes to borrow the tagline, "What the fudge?" Hey, is Shane in? I didn't see Shane. Did Shane come in? I'm sorry, I didn't see Shane. Saw Smash. Emmeline, ZP, Marianne, Pamela, Larice. How you doing, Larice? Thank you for sending your raid here, by the way. Jeanne, Lorraine, Chelsea. So I want to thank you all for coming. But yeah, some of you, Mike and Dan have already heard. Some of you might not have. Some of you may not know it. But those of you that know Edward Beck, well, Mr. Beck passed away on Thursday. I did not hear what was wrong, but I heard from Stephanie, who lived with Edward, that he passed away on Thursday, and so I didn't find out till Friday because I don't check my mail as much as my YouTube as much as I should. I found out late Friday, just before I went to bed, and then I checked when I got home, and he said Eddie, his son, is doing well. He's still in shock because his dad passed away, but so our condolences and prayers go out to Stephanie and Eddie Jr. But I'd never heard what he passed away from. I don't know. Edward has been having health problems the last couple years, so I hope so now, Mike. But I don't have any clue how to get a hold of her. I don't. He was talking about going there, but then he said he wasn't. So I don't know. Maybe they broke up or something. I don't know. He never told me why he wasn't going. Maybe it was his health and he just didn't tell me. Because I was talking to the last time I was talking to him, I said, "You'll be going pretty soon, right?" And he said, "Well, I'm not going right now." So you might have been having some health problems and didn't want to talk about it. But then when I didn't hear from him, as I told you earlier, I made the mistake of assuming. I assumed that maybe he changed his mind and went. Because, but I don't know. And I have no way of finding out unless Eddie knows and Eddie gets a hold of us. Eddie would have to be the one that would tell us if she has been informed. So I have no clue. That's true. We don't talk about our issues as much as we should. But like I said, though, so I really don't know. Like I said, he did tell me at one time he was going to go, and he was all excited about going over and meeting her and starting everything to bring her back over here. And when I brought it up the last time, and he was talking about it, he didn't say why. He just said he wasn't going at this time, and so I don't know what happened. And now I'll probably never know. And I was hoping that just that maybe he needed to save a little more money, or he was just being a little more cautious. But I'm just now wondering if maybe it was his health and he didn't want to talk about it. Like you said, we really don't talk about our issues as much as we should. Like, all right, I was having trouble. I gained some weight back. I don't think I told everybody this, but this summer, my arches started giving me trouble. They'd never given me trouble before. And if I went walking, which I like to do, more than 1,500 steps, my arches, my feet just started killing me. I couldn't walk it. I had to stop because I'd start limping really bad. And so that I had a doctor's appointment. I waited until I finally went to the doctor and told the doctor about it. And then he sent me to the podiatrist. I told her about it. And so we got, she checked. She said, yeah, your arches are going bad. She sent me to a prosthesis, the people that make your, like, your braces and all that good happy stuff. Yeah, Mike, it's going to be really hard on Eddie. Him and his dad were really close, from the way I could tell. And so, yeah, like I said, we got to send our prayers out. And so, but yeah. So, like I said, I finally getting my feet are starting to feel a little bit better. I even walked now my feet were killing me after this, but I walked one day, I walked over 14,000 steps. My feet were hurting some, but nothing like they would have if I didn't get the arches that I have. These are not kind that you can buy off the store. You can't buy them off the shelf. Yeah, but they sent me to someone that does the knee braces, hand braces, and stuff like that. I forget what they call them. But they took a look at my feet and they gave me these special inserts, arch supports. That, like I said, they're above the ones that you can buy, but they're not the best that they can make. And they gave me a pair of those, told me to try them for 3 months. And if my feet doesn't improve, they'll make a pair. They'll take a mold of my feet and make a pair just for me based on my actual foot, the measurement of my feet. And they should last about a year. So I've only had these for a little over a month, and my feet are starting to feel better. I can walk more than a couple thousand steps without my arches hurting. So Larice and Lorraine raised. We appreciate that, Rona. Hey, Betty. Beating, how you doing? Beating by Ren. Thank you for coming. And so we'll see. I'm changing gyms. And I have to wait till my schedule straightens out, and I'll be going to this gym. It's going to cost me more than my last gym, but they have a swimming pool. They got what they call a lazy river that you can go walk in, which is walking against or with the current, easier on your joints. So I'll be doing that probably starting sometime next month. I have to go in and get, they'll do a physical analysis to recommend what exercises, what level of exercise I should start with, which is going to be the lowest. Let's be honest about it. I'm really, really out of shape. So we're going to start doing that. I got to drop the membership of my other gym. Because like I said, there all I was doing was the treadmill. I wasn't doing anything else. They have bicycles and stuff like that, but I'd rather go to the pool because when I retire to the Philippines, I want to take up swimming again. When I was in the Philippines before, I used to skin dive. I enjoyed it. It was great. And so we're trying to. I hope you can find him there, Mike. I really miss his vlogs, his live streams. He hasn't done anything for a long time, so I'm just wondering if they moved somewhere else and he just dropped out of vlogging. It was either Dan or Ed one time reached out to him but never heard back. Maybe both of them. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe his wife got a job somewhere else. Amara, how you doing, Amara? Amara, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. We thank you for raiding from Larice. We appreciate it. But, so anyway, like I said, I got to start getting. Like I said, if I want to take up swimming, no. I didn't say skinny dipping. Come on. I'd scare the fish and everybody else if I went skinny dipping. Hell, I'd scare myself if I saw a reflection. Oh, for those of you that don't know, skinny dipping means swimming in the nude, no clothing whatsoever. That's skinny dipping. No, I said skin diving, also known as snorkeling. And I know you knew what I was talking about, Mike. I needed a good laugh. But I took up snorkeling, skin diving, originally when I was in the Philippines in Subic Bay, back when I was in the Navy. A friend of mine was a diver, and he knew how to scuba dive, but he was never certified, so he couldn't get the tanks. Plus, you don't go diving by yourself. You know, you got to have somebody to go with you. It's just a safety thing. And so I think I had to work one day, and he was going to go that day. And my buddy Marv decided to go with him, and he's going to teach Marv how to dive. Marv, myself, and Chris Steffens, we were close friends, all of us. There was a couple other guys, but the three of us were really close. And so he took Marv out, and Marv, when he came up, didn't clear the snorkel right. And when he took his breath, he didn't have it completely cleared, and he took his water and choked himself really bad, and he wouldn't do it again. That was it. He was done with it. And so Chris, the next weekend, asked me, because I was off, he asked me if I wanted to go with him. And I said, sure, I'll go. He taught me, and after that, we went every weekend that we both had off. And we'd go during the daytime. We didn't go both days, but we'd go usually on a Saturday and spend the morning out there diving and enjoying the water. And then we go out and party like we normally do. And but like I said, Chris and Marv and myself, Marv Juergens, we were real close. Matter of fact, Marv ended up marrying my cousin Linda. And Ann, how you doing? Let me give you a monitor. We appreciate you coming. But so anyway, now Linda passed away. She was only 20 when she passed away, and so Marv did 7 years, got out for a few years, and went back in. Ended up doing 20 years total, and retired. I haven't heard from him for a while. I haven't heard from Chris. Chris, last time I heard from him was still out in San Diego, California. So I hope he's doing well out there. Him and his wife, Roberta, we just called her Bert. And then Marv got remarried while he was in the. Actually, got remarried twice while he was in the Navy. His second wife started cheating on him, so they got divorced. And his third wife, they've been married quite a while. They're out in I'm trying to remember. It's either Nebraska or Iowa. And so I was, it's old friends you don't get to see too much. These are guys I was in the Navy with for years and or years and years ago. And so, yeah, I did over 6 years. Chris only did 3 and Marv did 20. We had another guy we used to just call Rat. His name was Richard uh, Brewer. Richard Brewer, if I remember was the last name right. But we always just called him Rat. And he was a good guy. But now, beating by Ren, are you also Ren? Do you also go by Ren? Now, for those of you who don't know, I'll do this again. If you want to drop your link, type in 3 L's. They can be small L's like this, or they can be capital L's, doesn't matter. My Nightbot will drop your link. Don't join this channel. This is my Ninja channel. I don't put up videos on this, so don't join it. I'm just doing it as an example. But that's all you got to do. So it'll tell you who the person is, how many subscribers, and there you go. That's the way to do it, Ben. Penny. See right there. And there you go, Lorraine. Hopefully we can get you even larger. Lorraine is trying to get monetized people. And it'll take a second. As long as you did 3 L's, it'll be all right. But I don't know what's taking so long. Usually doesn't take that long. There it goes. Nope. Lorraine drops 3 L's again. I don't know what's going on here. Emmeline, how you doing? Lorraine, put in 3 L's again. All right, let's see if it takes this time. No, wait a minute. Huh. Try it with 3 capital L's. See what happens. There you go, Lorraine. Come on, Nightbot. Drop Lorraine's too. Come on. Don't disappoint me here. But I want to see. Now, like I said, Lorraine is trying to get monetized. And all right, folks, I'm going to have to hold on. All right, I'm back. There, it dropped it for you, Lorraine. Very good. I'm glad to see it. And it shows you have. All right, you're larger than I am, Lorraine. Congratulations. The last time I looked, I was only a little over 1,300. So, yeah, soon to be monetized. So, Lorraine's going to have a celebration when she's monetized. I told her I sent her some money so she can have a giveaway. So, pay attention to when Lorraine has her giveaway. I don't know if she's going to get any more sponsors, but I thought I'd sponsor for this monumental occasion. This is a big milestone for her, and like I said, I can't sponsor everybody all the time. I just don't have that kind of money. I'm a working stiff. I would be lower middle class. If I was not working, I would be poor here in the States. You're more than welcome, Lorraine. I'm glad to help. Like I said, this is a big step for you. And this is something that really does deserve to be celebrated. So I'm glad to help you. Like I said, I wish I could help everybody, but I can't. I know eventually I'm going to have to quit helping as much as I do, because once I quit working, I won't have as much money. But that's going to be another year or two. I'll be able to help out for a little while now and then. So, but like I said, now I got to remember to buy a birthday card this week and get it mailed off. I got to talk to my sisters and see if they want me to send it to them or send it to my mother, because they're planning on having a birthday party for her. So I may just send it to them and they can give it to her as a surprise. Her birthday, like I said, is a week from Monday. She'll be 99 years old. God bless her soul. So she's doing well. Well, for a lady 99 years old who has a slight case of dementia, she's doing well. Last time I was home was the first time she ever asked me who I was. All the times before, she'd remember who I was. The next day, she might not remember I was there the day before, but she always remembered who I was. And this last time home, she asked me, "Now, who are you?" And she knew me, but she just couldn't remember who I was. So that broke my heart a little bit. Now, I knew she was having that kind of trouble with remembering people, because my sister said they'd all gone through it. I was just lucky enough that it didn't happen to me until last year. But yeah, she's introduced two of my sisters that she lived with for years. She lived with two of my sisters until they could no longer take care of her. She introduced them to somebody as her friends. She couldn't remember that they were her daughters. And she also didn't remember my oldest sister that well a couple times, and my youngest sister. My cousin George, last time him and his wife visited, he was extremely happy because my mom remembered who he was. They sat and had a good talk for about a half an hour longer. Him and his wife was talking with my mom, and he had a great visit. And I think there's times he got in there and she didn't know who he was, so he didn't stay. But he was really happy. The last time I heard that he visited, she knew who he was. My cousin George and I are the same age. That's her younger sister's son. So anyway, like I said, we're just so sorry to hear about Ed. Like I said, we lost another YouTube friend, Mike, myself, and Dan. We all knew Ed for years. And like I said, we lost Leonard. And now we lost Ed. And Ed, of the group of us, Ed was the youngest. I don't think Ed was 60 yet. I think he was in his 50s. And his son's only a teenager, about 16. Maybe. I don't think he's 17 yet. And he might be, but he's not much older than that. So I'm glad to see some of you are signing up with each other. That's what this channel is about. If any of you feel comfortable enough to want to come up and talk about your channel, come on up. I'll let you up and we can talk. I was expected to have a couple visitors here today, but it looks like they didn't make it. We had that one gentleman in the chat last week, chatted quite a bit with us, and the way he was talking, I thought he was going to come up and join us today, but that's not happening. And I thought Mike Hunt would be here, but he's not here. So we'll have to see what's going on. He might be, if Elvy's having one, he could be over at Elvy's. I know he goes over to Elvy's a lot. And so I'm just glad my work situation is straightening out. Like I said, I was starting to worry about the money. I mean, I was going to make it, but I was going to lose a lot of money per week by only working 25 hours. So, like I said, that had me worried this week. Like I said, I knew I would make it, but my helping other people was going to stop real quick. Because believe me, at 10 hours is a lot of money per month, a lot of money per week. I add that money up for a month, it's more than my rent. All right. That's how much money I was going to lose. It's more than my rent money. And so I was going to just come up with that money out of my savings and what I want to save, which means I'd have to cut back on helping other people. And I didn't really want to do that. And matter of fact, I was probably going to explain that on this live stream, to let people know that, hey, I'm going to have to cut back. But thankfully, the hours straightened up. And so we didn't have to worry about it. And so we'll still be a little more judicious with how I hand out money, or maybe how much I hand out. Yes, the other day I gave out some money to on LV's channel, but that's after I found out that I was getting the increase back and picking up another 10 hours a week. So that was, I was kind of celebrating myself. And I did my celebrating by helping LV's people have some fun. So that's where that came from. In case y'all was wondering why I did that. Sebastian, how you doing, sir? We'll give you a monitor. And Sebastian, if you type in LLL, small letters or capital, doesn't matter, my Nightbot will drop your link for you. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Hey, Mike, did you know Edward Beck? I don't know if you knew Edward Beck. Sebastian, type in 3 L's like that, and my Nightbot will do that for you. Don't join mine. Don't join that. That's a ninja. Don't join that. Just type in 3 L's, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you, and people can check your channel out. I'm all about trying to help people out. Mike, you gonna come up, Mike, or you just dropping by real quick? Or is this a hit and a run? And Mike, if they play ads on my channel, skip them. I don't get paid for it. No, if they play ads, don't play them. Just skip them. I'm not getting any money out of that. I'm not monetized. Yeah, come on up, Mike. But makes things go a little bit better. But I'm waiting on you, Mike. But yeah, so like I said, today was not a bad day. But, so yeah, that's just I guess maybe Mike's not going to come up. But like I said, Sebastian, if you're still there, just type in 3 L's, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. And I'll have to check. I'm not subscribing to anything right now, Sebastian. I'll have to check you out. But like I said, drop your link. Let me see something here real quick. Let's see what you're about. Whoops. So you do mostly shorts, I take it. Hey JG, how you doing? Hey JG, did you know Edward Beck? If you did, Edward passed away on Thursday. I just heard from Stephanie, who's a lady that lived with him, and her and Eddie Jr. Eddie Jr. are still in shock, and so I wrote and told her that we all send our condolences, but I don't know if you knew Edward. There's a good possibility because I know you used to go into Chris and Sabu's live streams as well. Eddie is the one that was always saying, "Look out, there's that snake." He's always giving Chris a hard time about snakes. That was Eddie. Edward Beck. We got Mike Hunt.
How you doing?
Now, JG, if you want to come up, come on up.
Who was that fellow we were talking to last week?
I can't remember his name. I thought he'd be here by now, but he's not here either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess JG, according to Stephanie, he got sick a little after the first, around New Year's. He got sick around New Year's, and then he passed away on Thursday.
Oh wow, what was the matter with him?
She didn't say. He's been having health problems. He was having problems with his legs real bad, and he had a Cadillac. What do they call that car? The thing with your eyes.
Yeah.
He had that surgery to get his so he could see because he was going blind without it. The surgery went really good, and so anyway, but then he just passed away on. How you doing, Life? He just passed away Thursday. And she sent me a message on Friday. I was at work, so I didn't check my YouTube on my main. I have three Facebook pages. I got one on both my phone, different one on each phone, and a different one on my desktop. And she sent the message to my desktop, which I only check it. I don't even check it every day. All right. If I'm busy, I may not get on the desktop at all. It's like one of my phones. I don't check it every day. My main phone I check every day pretty much. But I had to check it last night before going to bed, so I wrote back to her. I figured I wouldn't hear back, but I waited for a little bit in case she was on. But it was, like I said, it was around 10 o'clock at night. And wrote back and told her I was sorry to hear it and asked how Eddie was doing, his son, Eddie Jr. And then when I got home from work today, just before I came on, went live, I checked my YouTube, my Facebook page, which I wouldn't have if I hadn't checked it yesterday. I wouldn't have checked it because I wasn't running that far ahead. And she said, they were in shock, and that's when she said he got sick, and Eddie, was okay, but they're kind of in shock still, And so I told her, we're sending our condolences. It depends on how long you've been following me. There's a good chance you've seen Edward. He was a heavy set guy.
Ed.
Yeah.
He's the Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he lived in Pennsylvania. Yeah, he just passed away. The big anti-Trumper. But
Well, dang.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked was just before the election.
I
But
thought it was after.
I don't remember. We might have, but I don't remember that. I know we talked before the election because he was
Yeah.
saying there was no way that Trump was going to win.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And
Uh,
hey, Tim, just mentioned it to, and I'll do it again. Edward Beck passed away on Thursday, the 9th. The lady that was living with him, Stephanie, sent me a message on one of my YouTube channels and wanted me to know so I can let you guys all know that Ed had passed away. He got sick somewhere around New Year's.
do they need anything?
Huh?
Do they need any money or anything?
They've not got back with me. Here, I'll read you what it says. Give me a minute.
I can help out a
Oh,
little
no.
bit.
Here it is. Here it is. She just wrote me back again. She wants to know how she can see this.
But I'm real picky now. Someone screwed me over when it came to money. So but for funeral expenses, I'm not afraid to kick in a 50 or something.
I don't know when she wrote to me about this, but all right. She's using Ed's phone, his YouTube or his Facebook thing that's on his phone, and so here's what she wrote to me on the 17th. No, that's
17th.
that was Ed. Hang on, I went back too far. All right, this is Friday at around noon. Goes, hi, is this Larry from Larry's Pizza? I don't know why she calls me Larry's Pizza, but this is Stephanie. I live with Ed. I just want to let you know Ed passed away yesterday on January 9th. Tell you more when you text me back. I have Ed's cell phone now. And like I said, I can go back and read messages I got from Ed, so I know she's using his cell phone.
Yeah.
I wrote back, I'm sorry to hear that Edward passed away. How is Eddie doing? And she wrote back and said, Eddie's handling pretty good for now. Then she goes, he got sick after New Year's. We are also shocked. I can't believe he's gone. I miss him every day. And then I let her know I was starting a live stream. I said, I'm sorry I started my live stream. I said at 6, so I wrote back, I'm sorry I started my live stream at 7 p.m. Everyone wants to convey their condolences. Then she goes, hi, Larry. How could I see this? I said, go to YouTube, type in Lazy Larry Lee, and click on my live stream. So maybe she'll make it. Maybe she won't. Hey, Glenda, how you doing? So, like I said, yeah, prayers for his family, Tim. Like I said, I got my channel here. I can't remember who my channel is, but they've been here before. They happen to have a blue jacket, so they've been here before.
Yeah.
Glenda, how you doing? And she says hi to you, Mike.
Hey, Linda.
But
I guess I gotta look here in my chats.
well, I have my I'm on my desktop right now, and I got my
Hey, Lorraine. Hey, Tim. I'm going backwards. Hey,
That's what-
Glenda.
That's, yeah.
Stop.
But yeah, it's like I said, a very sad day. See now, Edward and Leonard, who's another one we lost a while back, over a year now, I believe. We're really close, and he
Yeah, I
used
didn't
to come
know
up.
Ed that
He used
well.
to come, huh?
I didn't know Ed that well.
No, well, you didn't know Leonard at all, but Leonard used to be another regular host with me. He probably was up with me the most until he passed away. Sometimes it was just me and him, and we'd go 4 hours, just the two of us.
Oh, yeah?
I think one time we went almost 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's when I went off the free ones, because the free you can only have so many hours a month, and we were real close to doing that. Just the two, if only the two of us come up, we'd be almost at 20 hours.
Wow.
So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and pay for it by the year, and that way I don't have to worry about it. I can have more hosts, more guest hosts up if I want. I could have I think counting myself 9. It might be 10 counting myself.
You're talking about StreamYard, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could have another 7 at least people come up and all of us be up on screen.
Wow.
If not
Goodness.
another 8, because I can't remember if it's 9 counting me or 9 besides me. But if you have the free, I think it's only 4 people, and so it's just like, well, we're close to 20 hours, just the two of us. I'm not anymore, but it's like, I'll go ahead and pay for it, because then there's my picture up here. And so the StreamYard duck. So if somebody wants to copy it, my picture's there,
Hey, Reading by Ren. I guess she's been here a while.
Beating by Ren. Beating.
Oh, my glasses. Beating by Ren.
Beating by Ren.
I thought it said reading.
I know. That's why I corrected you. It's a B.
My glasses on.
Well, let me do this here real quick. I doubt if I can see it. No, I couldn't even.
That's a little
Even
bit
here, I
better.
couldn't read that. That's how bad my eyes are. Like my handy dandy little holders.
Huh.
You can go like this, and there's no tailback there. And it'll be stuck up against your head so they don't come off.
I'm getting new glasses this Tuesday,
Yeah.
the 14th. I'm taking my dog to get neutered too.
Yeah, the 14th is Tuesday. Yeah, the 14th is Tuesday. I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I have to see the dermatologist.
Well, I hope that
on
goes
Tuesday,
well.
but that's in the morning. And I have to. That's next Tuesday, not this Tuesday.
Well, this Tuesday I got things planned.
And mine's not the 14th. Mine's the 21st. And but it's like 10:30 or so in the morning, and I don't have to be at work till 2:00 in the afternoon. So I won't miss. I don't have to take a day off. Won't miss any time of work.
Yeah.
And that was made a long time ago. Originally I was going to have to take that day off if I'd have stayed at my other job site, because Tuesday's the day I worked. I had Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays off, so I would have just took the day off as a paid vacation day.
Hello, life.
That's what I say. Life. I just call her life. I can't read the rest of it.
No.
And
I'm not that fluent.
Well, and that might as well be Greek to me.
Yeah.
It can be any language you want, but English, I'm not reading that.
If I was raised from a kid, a baby, and stuff, that'd be one thing. But to learn now, I don't think I can do it.
I would have a hard time reading the script like that. Now,
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
another language where they use letters, maybe different letters than what we use, like Russian and some of them, they use the letters a little different. I might be
Yeah.
able to figure that out. But yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be tough. It's tough at my age, especially. It's tough learning a new language. But we'll see. I can say, "Oh, that's yes." See, that's easy. Oh, so I'm it. There's a couple words, but you know, the once I get over there, I'll pick up a few words just because I'll be exposed to it. Hey, we got Retro coming up. Hey, Retro, long time no see, man. Now, Retro, you knew Edward Beck, right?
Edward Beck, yeah.
He passed away Thursday.
Oh no.
Yeah. Stephanie, the lady that lived with him, sent me a text message on his phone because one of our my Facebook page on my computer, my desktop, he and I are connected on that. So she sent me a message Friday letting me know that he passed away. And I told her everybody wanted to give them their condolences. And I asked how Eddie was doing, Eddie Jr. And he's handling it okay, but they're kind of in shock still because I guess he didn't get sick till around New Year's. Then he passed away on the 9th.
Damn. What kind of sickness do you have, if you don't
She
mind me
didn't
asking?
say. I didn't ask. She asked how to come up. But I'd already dropped off when she asked, so I went back and checked it just to read what she said. So I wrote it just to check out, go to YouTube, Lazy Larry Lee, click on my live stream and come, it's coming up. After we get done, if she doesn't come up or come in, I'll send her back and let her know that I'll be doing another live stream next Saturday. And
That hurts.
Eddie Jr. can tell her how to get on. Eddie would know how to do it. And
Sorry to hear that, man.
oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, Ed and I were on the different side of the political spectrum.
By
He
far.
was a liberal. I'm a conservative, but we always got along. We always respected each other. Always liked each other. Now there was times he frustrated me, and I'm sure there was times I frustrated him. But we didn't take it personal.
We're all human.
Yeah. So
Sheesh. I had no idea.
I until he had been talking about going to the Philippines to meet this girl. And the
Yeah.
last time I talked to him about it, he said, well, he wasn't going, but he didn't say why. He didn't say he was going later or he just wasn't going. And so when he hadn't come up for a while, I thought, well, maybe he decided to go because maybe he had something was going on and took care of himself, I made an assumption that he decided to go. And I didn't send him a message or anything. But if he'd been sick, he probably would have answered. But you know what it is when you assume. You make a blank out of you and me.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I assumed something that I shouldn't have. So, yeah.
Sorry about that, Larry.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you knew Leonard too. So now two of my first guest hosts. I mean, there was Dan from Dan and Minnie's Journey.
Uh-huh.
There was Leonard and there was Edward Beck. And then Robert Simmons would come up once in a while, but he hadn't been up in a long time. And then you would come up once in a while, but those two were before you guys. And Dan, those three were all before you guys. And
So
those were my first really big guest hosts.
So Leonard's gone too?
Oh, Leonard's been gone for a while. Leonard Lund, yeah, he's been gone
Yeah.
over a year.
I was wondering whatever happened to him. I just
Right.
didn't know.
Ed had talked to him the day it happened, I guess. And I guess after Ed got done talking to him, he had a stroke or something, fell,
Oh,
and no one found him until it was too late. Now Leonard was planning on going to the Philippines. He had a girlfriend over there, and he was all set to go. And so that I'm trying to think. I think it might have been Leonard's son that let Ed know. But somebody told Ed what happened, and then Ed let us know. Because Leonard and Ed were really close. They talked to each other on the phone and all that. So they were actually pretty close. And Ed even said he'd talked to him earlier that day. And he said he probably should have encouraged Leonard to, call someone or something. But every time you tried calling his phone, it was busy. Well, because like I said, he had trouble and fell before he was able to hang up his phone, I guess, and so it was busy all the time until it went dead. And give me a moment. I'll take this one down. I'll bring it back up later.
That's a cute pup.
yeah. He's a handful. He always likes to put his butt in my face.
It looks like a handful.
Oh, he's about 60, 70 pounds.
Oh, look at that face.
He's still growing.
Really?
He's only 8 months old.
That's a lot for a dog that's 8 months old, but I believe you.
Yeah. His dad's got a big head, bigger head than him.
Nice.
But he looks like his dad.
That's why I look like my dad. Big boy. Big boy.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
He definitely thinks he's a lap dog.
Yeah. I met a dog once that was that big that thought he was a lap dog. My dog Boo Boo before he passed.
Hmm.
My dog Boo Boo was an Alaskan Malamute St. Bernard mix. So
Huh.
Well,
big, we're talking big dog. Really huge.
Yeah.
we did a memorial to Leonard in July last year. So he's been gone almost a year and a half now.
I wasn't around in July because July I was planning for my birthday on the 20th.
That's what I said. We found out the week before, and he'd been gone already a week or two before that. And so that's when I created this my Ninja channel. And I created it so I could put the camera on my recliner. We had an empty chair, and I named it "We Miss Leonard Lund." Is what showed up. And Ed, how you doing, Ed?
What's going on, Larry?
Not much. How's Joyce doing?
She's doing good. She's doing good.
Now,
Ed.
did you know Edward Beck? You knew Edward,
Yeah,
right?
I heard. I'm just now listening to you. It was Mac Daddy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mac Daddy. You went by Mac Daddy.
Yeah, that's sorry to hear that. That's too bad.
We talk about Leonard Lund, and he died in June last year.
Yeah,
He's
Leonard.
been
Yeah.
dead. We had. Let me see something here. It'll show me more. We did this the memorial on July 1st. we did a live stream with, I had an empty chair. That's when I created
Right, I
my Ninja
remember.
Larry, my Ninja Channel Larry.
Yeah.
I created that just so I could show an empty chair in honor of Leonard. And it
Yeah,
says,
he
"We
was
miss
always on the
Leonard
channel.
Lund," is what it says underneath. You know how it gives your name underneath. A lot of times you'll have show the name of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry
And,
for 2 of your losses, man.
Yeah.
That hurts.
And,
I mean, I didn't know those two too well, but
Well,
No,
like I said, Leonard came up probably the most on my channel as a guest host.
yes. And I knew Leonard.
Then it was
well
Ed.
enough.
And then Dan. At the start of it, it was pretty well close to Dan and Leonard the most, and then Ed came on more later. But he came on before him and Leonard. Ed and Leonard were good friends. Like I said, they talked on the phone and all that good, happy stuff,
Well,
and kept in contact. And they told Ed about it, and Ed told us. And like I said, Stephanie, who lives with Edward McDaddy and Junior, she got McDaddy's phone, which is how she contacted me because he's got my contact information in there. And
When's the last time you talked to him, Larry?
it's been over a month.
Oh, he hasn't been on in a while.
He just passed away on Thursday.
I know, but he hasn't been on your.
No, he hadn't been on for a while.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know if he was just if he's already feeling bad. At one time, he was talking about going to the Philippines and meeting this girl that he had been talking to online and stuff. And I think
Yeah,
he's
he
talked
was
to
going
her
to go marry
face
her
to
last time I heard.
Huh?
He was going to go marry her.
He wanted to get married, yes.
Yeah.
So the last time I talked to him about the Philippines,
Mm.
I said, "Aren't you about ready to go?" And he says, I'm not going now, or I'm not going yet," something like that. So when he hadn't come up for a while, I made, like an idiot, I made the assumption that I'll tell you in a minute.
He had health issues.
Maybe that he already just changed his mind and went. You know, because him and I never talked to each other on the phone. We'd
Oh.
send messages back and forth. And then we'd talk on, like here on this. And so.
Did Stephanie call you, and that's how you knew something
No,
was wrong?
she sent me a message like Ed would send me a message.
Oh, okay.
And I know it was from Ed because I can go in there and I can go back and I can see the messages that Ed and I had sent back to each other, back and forth. And it had
text message.
whenever he texts me it was one of my Facebook pages. We were friends on that Facebook page. And whenever he texts me on that page, it had a pizza instead of his picture. It was a picture of a pizza. And she goes, "Is this Larry from Larry's Pizza?" So she might have thought the pizza was because I was Larry's Pizza or something. I don't know. And,
Where's Dan
then-
been lately? Has Dan been around?
Huh?
Dan.
No, Dan was here earlier. Dan knows.
Oh, he was here earlier? Okay.
Yeah, Dan and Tim both were here. And I don't know if you know Michael Hunt. He's up there, Mike Hunt.
Mike Hunt and Retro, how are you guys?
Doing good.
I'm doing good. I'm just trying to process both these amazing people's deaths because I had no idea that Leonard was gone, let alone Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see him.
Sexy, how you doing, Sexy?
Oh, hello.
Then name Sexy too.
Hello, sexy too.
So, Larry, when are you going to retire now? It's been a while since I've talked to you.
Well, my mother will turn a week from Monday. My mom turns 99.
Wow.
Okay.
Congrats.
I'm not
to her.
retiring until after she passes away. Well, I want to move to the Philippines, as you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at her age, do you think I really want to go over to the Philippines?
Well, no, you probably can't. No. Not till.
So it's like, well, plus I need to save up more money. So I'm still working, trying to put back some money. So when I go, I have the money to stay in a Airbnb or until I can find a studio or an apartment that I like
Yeah.
and set myself up. Uh, so uh, I could probably do it on five grand, but I want more. I want like 15 or 20,000 saved back, if possible, at least 10 minimum.
Yeah, well, we just came back from there.
ARD.
Remember?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, you're going there and coming back. When I go there, I don't want to come back. you
He
know,
wants a one-way ticket.
Well, our plan, we have a place out there, so my plan is
Now,
to
you're in
retire
you're
when I'm ready.
you're in the Cavite province, right?
Cavite,
Cavite.
yeah.
Now, what city are you in?
Imus, Bacoor area.
Okay, because
Bacoor.
I don't know if you've ever listened to Steve from. He's no longer doing it, but the Asian channel is a Filipino expat.
Which one?
Steve was Filipino expat info.
Oh, Steve, yeah. What
Well,
about
he's no longer doing that. He does the Boston guy now.
Yeah, he's not far from there. He's in General Santos.
Yeah, he's in General Santos.
Yeah.
I knew he was close to that area. That is an area that if I want to go to Cebu first, all right,
Oh, yeah.
and once I get there, I want to sign a six month to a year lease. Once I find a place I want to stay at,
Yeah.
and the reason for that is I know the first month or two, maybe three, I'm going to be in love with the place. Because you're just now you're retired. You got to settle down and get out of that vacation mode.
Yeah.
And
start
so
living-
after at least a month, probably 2 months or more, I'm going to start looking at things and say, well, I don't like this or I don't like that. Because when I first get there, it's going to be I love it because it's it's something new. I'm that way.
Exactly.
I'm going to love it because
Honeymoon
it's new.
phase.
So I want to give it enough time that the newness wears off and see if I like the place as
Honeymoon
much.
phase, yes.
And if I do, then I'm not going to. I'll go visit other places, but I won't look for another place to live. But let's say I'm not. I like it, but I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
a change if I could find something better. Then I'll be looking at places that I'm interested in looking at anyway, but looking at it more in depth as, is this a place I might want to live, like Cavite area, or closer to Manila, but not in Manila, or Iloilo, or Davao, or Bohol, or maybe someplace in Leyte. Maybe Valencia, Negros.
Yeah. Well, the day you get there, I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to travel.
Oh yeah, but
Find
like I
out
said,
where you
the
want.
first month or two, I'm not going to do anything but just settle in. I
yeah.
know. I mean, I might travel around that area, but I'm talking about going to other islands and checking things out. I won't do
That's
that for a
hat.
couple
Where,
months.
where did you get the hat from? Did somebody send it to you, or
This hat? No, I bought this hat. In Albany, they have a Filipino festival every year.
Oh yeah, they have one here too.
I went to it, and they had this hat, and I bought it. I also
nice.
bought that ubi cake with flan topping. Oh God, that was good. And then what's that drink that's kind of like a lemon?
Uh-huh.
You know the drink I'm talking about? The thing I'm talking about? It's like a small lemon. They make a drink out of it.
Yeah, the calamasi.
Yeah, calamari. They had a calamari drink. Oh God, that was good.
Yeah.
And if I knew how good that was, I'd have bought 2 of them.
This is my hat. You like my hat?
Ubi cake. Trump, yeah. That's really funny. But,
Yeah. it's the old one, 2020, but it'll work.
No, it still works, yeah.
Yeah, it'll still work.
But yeah. So anyway, let's see. The first couple of months, I know I'm not going to go look at other places to think about moving there.
Yeah.
Let's be honest
We
about it.
were there for a month, practically a month. Me and Joyce were there at our house, and we ended up buying a car because I got tired of the local transportation and trying to do. I do a lot of work at home there. I do a lot of improvement, and I'm constantly going to the hardware store, so it was just difficult to get around like that. So we ended up breaking down, and I bought a car out there. So.
Now, how long before you guys retire to the Philippines?
Well, I got 2 more years to work. I'm God willing, 2 more years and I'll retire. But right now we're planning on going. Right now we're going to try to do 3 months on, 3 months back, 3 months on, something like every 3 or every 6 months.
So we'll be retiring hopefully around the same time.
Yeah, in a couple more years, I'm hoping.
That's what I'm thinking about. 2 more, because even if my mom passed away now, I got to work at least another year minimum. God forbid she passes away that quick.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm figuring she'll tell you she doesn't want to live to be 100. So if she gets her wish, about 2 years, I'll be out of here.
And you still have your sister here too, right?
I got 4 sisters.
4 sisters. Okay.
One lives in New York, up between
Yeah.
Buffalo and Rochester, and the other 3 back in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
My
Where-
mom lived with
where's,
2 of my sisters.
Where Retro and Mike, where are you guys at?
I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Indiana? Oh, you're in Indiana. Huh?
Yeah,
I'm from New Hampshire. I'm from New England area.
New England? Oh, you guys are back there. Okay. I'm in New Mexico.
Oh, New
Oh.
Mexi- I hear New Mexico's an exciting place.
Now, Mike, just to let you know, both of my nephews, not my great nephews, but both of my nephews were born in Fort Wayne.
Huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Ed, I hear that New Mexico's a pretty exciting place to shop around or visit.
If I remember right, I know my youngest nephew was born in Fort Wayne. The other one might have been in Indianapolis, but I think they were both born in Fort Wayne. My oldest brother-in-law, this is my oldest sister's kid. My oldest brother-in-law was an electrical engineer. He used to design color TVs. He worked for Sylvania, Magnavox, RCA, I think,
RCA.
Zenith.
I used to own like a what was it? Like a little pocket
RCA's like
radio.
Radio Shack.
I used to
Well,
own a RCA radio, and plus at home I got a Radio Shack pocket radio that I collected.
well, Sylvania had a TV called the Superset. And
Hello,
every year
James.
they would brag about how good it was. And one year they said, well, what about compared to these others, it was considered better TV. So somebody said, what about Sony? Sony. And they said, yes, this year Sony. And so Superset beat Sony. And none of the guys sound like guys complaining in Japanese. Well, my brother-in-law designed the Superset. And that after Sylvania, I think is where he's working at in. And when they closed down, because they sold out to competition, and they closed the place that he was working at, he went to work for Eastman Kodak. And I don't know if you guys can remember the digital camera where they had they took the pictures digitally. Well, he helped design part of that, and then they had the printer. And but anyway, they had that you can take your things in and you can print out your own pictures. He helped develop that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, those types of digital cameras.
Did you guys lose me?
No.
I lost you guys. All 4 of us were the white circle of death.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, you were glitching out for a bit on my end, but you're fine.
Yeah. I'm white. I was white circle of death.
Well, Larry, I'm gonna get
Good thing
going.
off, Mike. All right, take care, man. Thanks for coming up.
Of course. And you really do have a raid from LV, you know.
Huh?
In your chat, people are coming in from LV. You have an LV
Yeah.
raid.
Her people are raiding me. And before
Nice.
that, I had Larissa's people raiding me. I also had Lorraine's people raiding me.
Yeah, so. All right, Larry, you have a good night, okay?
I'm not going. If you guys want to stay, stay. I thought
Larry.
Mike was going to leave.
Oh, I'm
No.
going.
Somebody's gonna say
No.
hi to you.
Hey, Joyce. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. I heard you went to the Philippines for a while.
Happy New
welcome
Year,
back.
guys.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
She just
Happy
got
New
home
Year.
from work.
Bye.
And Larry, it was me that was leaving, so
Oh, it's you that are leaving. I thought, all right.
I'll see you
No,
later.
I was just
All right,
saying
Retro,
hi
you
to
take care.
Retro.
Later, guys.
Nice seeing you, man. So what was that, Mike?
Yeah. I was just saying hi to Rona and Dance.
But yeah, so And we got rated earlier by Larice, and then Lorraine, and then Elvie. We like being rated,
Yeah.
but pretty soon. The last weekend when I shut down, Elvie was already done with hers. But so yeah, like I said, I don't know if you heard me talking. I got a new position, job site. So my hours have changed. I was working 4 10-hour days, right? With every what was it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
You're doing
It was
security,
Saturday,
right?
Sunday, Monday, but a new guy came in, couldn't work Monday, so I got Fridays off. Well, that position shut down. I'm a security guard. I'm a contract security guard.
Okay, yeah.
So I was off about 2 weeks. I took 1 week off as vacation. The other week I just took off without pay. And then now I went to work at a place that's much closer to where I'm at. Pays just a little bit better, like a quarter an hour. That's it.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
But no, it's better than nothing. But I told them I wanted about the same pay. I wanted closer to where I live, and I wanted either day shift or second shift. No overnights. So, like I said, it took 2 weeks, and I got this position. And I thought, well, I'm losing some money, but I can live with that. I'll just have to watch what I spend a little. I sponsor some people once in a while on
Yeah.
giveaways. I was probably gonna have to cut that out. And then, like I said, but as soon as I was finishing up my training. I hadn't even really finished it yet. I was doing my training for building. I already finished my training at building 22, which is the building I was going to work at the most. I was being trained for building 11, which I'd only work at on Saturdays under that, what I was hired for. 2 days at 22 and 1 day at building 11, only going to be 25 hours total. Well, while I'm being trained at building 11, the boss asked me, he says, well, we got a position opened up 2 to 9:30 at night, 5 days a week. Do you want it? So I went from 25 hours when I first got there 2 days. Within 2 days, I went to 35 hours. And it's like, so I lose a little bit of money, but that
Yeah.
10 extra hours for the month is my rent. It
Are you
pays
still
my
working
rent.
for the same security company?
Yeah, but your pay goes by your contract.
Okay, so you said you got a different.
Where I was working at, they shut down. They were done.
Oh,
So that contract was over. And so I told them what I wanted. I want this drive where I was at was like 30, 35 minutes. And that's at driving around 70 miles an hour most of the way. Okay, so that lets you know I'm over 30 miles away.
no.
Now, I could stop at the gas station, fill my car up, grab a breakfast sandwich, and be at my job site within like 20, 25 minutes. If I go straight there, I'm there in 15 minutes. So, it's a lot closer.
That's good.
And well, especially during the winter, because like this morning, it was snowing. And the roads
You're
weren't in
in
great
New
shape,
York.
so it took me almost a half hour to get to work. And now I did stop and grab a sandwich and a cup of coffee, but it took me about a half hour or a little over a half hour. And that's because of the weather. And so if I tried to drive that to where I was working at before, I'd had to even leave earlier and I couldn't have stopped anywhere. And where I'm at now, they have parking garages, which the upper decks are closed off because they don't plow them during the winter because they don't have that many employees anymore. But the lower deck is open, so I can park in the parking garage and not have to worry about coming out and cleaning, because it was still snowing when I got to work. And I didn't have to worry about cleaning my car off when I went back out. Or if it's raining, I don't have to worry about it. So both buildings have a parking garage that I can use all year round, which I like. And I'll use the lower deck even during the summer because, like I said, I don't always catch the news before I go in. So I may go in, maybe a gorgeous day that may be storming when I get off. You know. So I do like this that aspects of it. I'm only working 35 hours. I'm only getting paid for 35 hours a week now instead of 40. But I'm willing to give that 5 hours up. Now there's another post within the same contract. There's another 2 posts that if anybody leaves those posts, if I can, I'll take them. Same number of it'll be fewer days. All right, only 4 days, but I'll get 37 and a half hours pay. So what it is, because the contract is with a company that has a contract with the state. The state requires them to pay so much money per hour, and if you work over 6 hours, you have to take a half hour off without pay. You can't be paid. Anything over 6, you have to take a half hour lunch without pay. So it's 14-hour days, but you only get paid for 9.5 hours those days. That's 37.5 hours. No, wait a minute. That's 38 hours because it's 4 days. So it's 38 hours. So you lose 2 hours, but you only work 4 days. I would love that.
Really?
Be back on 4 days, and it would either be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday off again. But the 2 people that work that job, unless one of them decides to retire, and I know the one guy's old enough to retire, but he's still healthy and he's working to give himself something to do. And he loves money. He's a retired correction officer. So he probably has enough.
You there?
I'm just reading what Mr. Tahoe says. He says,
Asbestos.
thank you, will kill millions and media not sharing the risk of asbestos. Asbestos stays and will be there forever when they clean up. The cleanup people will also die shortly. Asbestos from the LA fires will linger for lifetimes and is airborne, exposing millions.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and you're right. Asbestos is bad, but we don't know how many. A lot of states, and I know the military, when I was in the Navy back in the 70s, they required the removal of asbestos. And a lot of places have done that, so there may not be that much asbestos dependent. A lot of places have outlawed it and have made it, they had to take it out. A lot of places had to take that stuff out. A lot of businesses, and I don't know about private homes, though. Like I said, when I was in the Navy, that was they were using that stuff, and then later on they had to take it out.
Well, listen, Larry, I'm going to get going now that my wife's back home. She's actually home earlier than I expected. So,
Well, that's all right. I'm just glad you came up.
yeah, it's been a while and I heard about Ed, so I just thought I'd pop in. You guys have yourself a fine night, okay?
Yep.
All right, you too now. Thanks for coming, Eddie. Tell
sir.
Joyce bye for us,
Okay.
and have fun, guys.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even think about the asbestos. That's bad business right there.
yes, it is. You said those are some old neighborhoods. They didn't permit for construction because of that. Now, some of those neighborhoods that got burned down were the Ritchie neighborhoods too. There's one apartment, a complex of some type. I want to say apartment complex that was completely unscathed, and the reason for that was a guy that owned it is a billionaire. He ran for mayor of LA and didn't get elected. So he went out and for his area, he hired his own professional firefighters. He had his own firefighting team in that area. And I guess, he set up all the equipment and the water and everything. So when the fire went through there, his buildings were not touched. I mean, you know, if they were, they did not catch on fire and burn down because he had that whole fire party there, the whole fire department there to take care of it.
Yeah.
And they were talking
Well-
about that on Fox News. And I think he was a Democrat too, but they picked the one Democrat over him. And he said, that's fine. He says, I know what's going on here. I'm going to make sure my people are safe.
Where are you at, Mr. Tahoe?
Well, I'm going to say he's in California or Nevada because Tahoe's borders Nevada and California. Lake Tahoe is in that area there. Is that where you're from, Mr. Tahoe? That area there? He's a truckie. So he's a truck driver. But how'd you get the name Mr. Tahoe? Is it you drive a Tahoe? Are you from Lake Tahoe area?
Come on.
But
Yeah.
well, hey Mike, I think we're going to shut it down so we can go join Elvie if she's still
Okay.
going.
Let's
And,
follow me.
All right. Remember, I'll be back next week, same time,
I'll see
same
you
bat
Saturday.
station. It'll be Saturday at 7 again.
All right.
All right, everybody. I'm going to shut this one down. Thank you for coming. And thank you for your comments and your thumbs up. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Mr. Truckee, Mr. Tahoe, if you're back again next week, I'll give you a monitor. And all you got to do, though, right now, if you want, type in LLL. And my Nightbot will drop your link. I'll give you a couple of minutes and then I'm going to shut down if you want to do it. But if not, remember next week, if you have a channel, all you ever got to do is type in 3 L's, whether they can be capital or small, it doesn't matter. And my Nightbot should drop you. See, there it is. There's the link. So remember that. It says you got over 102,000 subscribers. Wow. You got a whole lot more than me. I'm a small timer. I don't even have 10,000. I don't even have 2,000. But I enjoy talking. All right, now take care of yourself now, Mr. Tahoe, and hopefully we'll see you next week. If I do, I'll give you a monitor, and you can drop whatever that. The cat videos is where it's at. All right, now. All right, you take care, Mr. Tahoe. Nice talking to you. I'm going to go join a friend, Elvie Rose Inso, and see if she's still doing her live stream. And so take care, everybody. Remember now, be kind to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, try to have fun. Bye.